was at the gym and I bumped into someone who I hadn't seen in quite a few years. His words were, "Holy fuck, you're looking lean."
Alrighty, so here we are at Iron Kingdom Gym in Preston, I think. Yeah, Preston, Victoria.
Preston.
I'm joined today by Matty Reschke, I think I got that right.
You got that correct.
Who's flown in this morning from South Australia.
Yep.
We're here today to train arms and have a chat about how you lost
22 kilos.
22 kilos in
about 23, 24 weeks.
24 weeks. So basically 22 kilos in 6 months.
Yeah.
Awesome, let's do it. So we're actually gonna start today's episode a little bit differently. I've got Steve the Scan Man at the front. We both think that you're 10% body fat at the moment, don't we?
I reckon pretty close.
We're going to go test it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I reckon I'm going to say 12, 11%.
If I had to bet money, I would say 10 point something.
All right.
After you.
What's your sideways to the stick? Pinch your arm. So it's a bit of a, it's...
He's under 10.
Hey, 9.6.
You got leaner score than E-Man. That.
There you go. 40 kilos, 40.3 is muscle mass out of your 70 kilos of fat-free mass. The main thing to note is that more than half, well and truly more than half of your fat-free mass is muscle mass.
Yeah.
What's the percentage?
Percentage of body fat's 9.6%. That's based on 7.4 kilos of fat mass compared to 77 kilos of body weight.
You got under 10.
That's a good number, 9.6.
Awesome. All right, so we've just done our scan, done our warm-up. We're starting the arm workout today with barbell curls, so we're about to start warming up. What did we score?
9.6% on the body fat.
That's today, this morning, right?
That's this morning.
As of today?
Yeah.
At a body weight of 77.4.
Yeah.
So do you want to tell the viewers at home, what did you start at?
I started at 101.2.
101. How good's your maths? How many kilos is that?
Down about 24 now.
24 kilos, yeah, in about 24 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. I guess if we were to break that up, what was your first 12-week rebuild results?
First 12 weeks, I got 12.1 kilograms.
12.1. And then you pretty much lost another 12 in the second.
Yeah.
Basically. And we were talking before on the treadmill that we've increased calories every week with you, haven't we?
Yes. Yep.
Amazing. So you're eating more and more each week?
Eating more and more.
Disclaimer, we did start him at 1,600 though. Did the maths number before?
Pretty light.
Yeah. And then obviously the metabolism's bowling over probably 60, 70, 80, 100 calories each week.
Yep.
And then this week we did take calories down just to get your length for today. Carbs you up this morning.
Yep.
And here we are. Awesome.
Many reps later.
Okay, so just got done with our first working set. Good stuff. We spoke about your results before, 12 kilos in 12 weeks, 24 kilos in 24 weeks.
Yeah.
Would you say that met your expectation on what you thought you were going to get?
Oh, far exceeded it.
Far exceeded it,
Yeah.
So the initial 12, were you surprised that you got that, or were you pretty much, okay, I'll get 12?
I thought I was going to be pretty good on track for the first 12. I set my goal at 87 kilo and really pushed myself to get there.
Yep.
Did have a bout of sickness in the middle as well, so had to push through that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got there, so
okay.
yeah.
So you went from 101 to 87 in the first, I think it was 13 or 14 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you were, to speak openly, you looked a lot better than what you did originally.
Yeah, yep.
But in mine and Coach E-Man's opinion, job not done. We were talking about, look man, you're about 8 to 12 weeks away from looking like the top 0.5% of blokes 30 plus walking around the country naturally. Let's continue.
Yeah.
You know? So what was some of the thinking that went through your mind between, hey, I hit that short-term goal of the weight that you wanted to hit versus us giving you a bit of a smack saying, hey, you look good, but you don't look great.
Yeah.
Let's get you to great.
Yeah, so definitely a bit of peer pressure from the coaches there to get on board again.
Positive peer pressure.
But I was also looking at all the other clients as well, seeing their results, getting down to that 10% body fat. And I think that really kicked me over the line to try and achieve that as well.
Yeah, and would you say that you're happy that you stuck it out?
Yeah, definitely happy.
Yeah, well, look at you today, man. Big surprise for you hitting under 10% as well.
Yeah,
you were a bit nervous. You're like, I think I'm 11, I think I'm 12. 9.6, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations. Great job.
Thank you.
drive. Go on. Leg go Go on. All right, so we just got done with 2 working sets on barbell curl. We're gonna move over here to tricep push down. Now that was a set to failure.
Yep.
Right, that was awesome.
Was, yeah.
And that's big. That's a big emphasis we have inside the MPT Rebuild is training to positive failure, which is the last route you can get on your own. What would you say this training system has done for you versus other approaches that you might have done before to lose the body fat?
So it's definitely held me a lot more accountable. I've done a lot of online PTs before, and it's kind of set and forget. You no coaching whatsoever. It's just like, here's your meal plan, here's your training program.
See you in 12 weeks.
Yeah. So that really helped me motivate me to just push harder and harder.
Amazing. So anything in particular? Because I know that a lot of coaches out there are doing like push-pull legs. So you're oftentimes rotating through the same old workouts. Whereas with us, we do the bro split, or I call it the pro split, where you're training a different muscle group each time. So Monday's arms, for example, Thursday's legs, et cetera, et cetera. Do you think you found that's helped you stay stimulated or stay
definitely.
engaged?
Especially changing the program around every 4 weeks, so it helps keep you stimulated with it. Good bit of change as well.
Yeah, and in your defense, like I think one of the things I mentioned earlier is your ability to train hard in a deficit has been up there. What was it, do you think, that was the shift that made you push through to failure, even though you're eating low calories and losing fat at speed? What was it for you?
I'm going to go back to the other clients as well. Seeing all those transformation pics is unreal, and I really wanted to hit that target. So really push myself. Wanted to impress you as well in the reviews. So,
nothing wrong with that. Okay.
So that was another motivation there.
Okay. So when you say reviews, what do you mean by that? Just pretend the people watching know nothing about the program.
We have a weekly review. So it was Wednesday night for me. Jump on, we'd submit a couple of videos, and you review and critique our form.
Constructive criticism only.
Criticism. Yep. No shit talking.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. And the training program has video explainers on every exercise.
Yes. Yeah. So that's definitely very helpful.
Which, to your credit, most of your form was pretty good just by actually watching the videos.
Yeah. So I'd watch it probably 2 to 3 times before starting my working set. So make sure I have that form down pat.
Amazing.
Many reps later.
Okay, so I was just saying this on my Instagram story. For the busy dads out there, you're a father of 2. Yep. You have a 7-year-old and a 2-year-old.
Yep.
And you're working full-time in cybersecurity.
That's correct.
How many hours a week, including travel?
40 hours a week, and then probably 3 hours there and back every day.
Wow, so you multiply it by 5, you're looking at 55-hour week. 2 kids?
Yep.
So you're as busy as most kind of dads that will sometimes fall into the excuse basket of, I don't have time to eat 6 meals a day, I don't have time to go to the gym 6 times a week for 3 hours. And what I was saying in this Instagram video I was just posting is that, busy dads, all you need is 45 to an hour and a half on the days that you take your time and you want to spend a bit of your time in iron therapy.
Get your me time in.
Exactly, or if it's busy. But the point I'm making is that we had you eating 4 meals a day, I believe, and a shake, and training 5 days a week to get down from 101 to 77 kilos, 24 kilos of fat. You're under 10% as a father of 2 who works full time. Would you say that the system was easier or harder to do than what you expected coming in?
It was definitely easier than I expected. The level of flexibility with your plans was top notch. So it allowed me to fit in those workouts and the meals throughout the day.
Around your schedule?
Yeah, around my schedule.
Yeah, as a father and a full-time.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of guys out there will maybe see my physique is someone that's done it for a while. Even someone like yourself that's gotten down here, you've got abs, you're in your 30s as a father. They see that and their perception on what it takes to get there is 6 times a week gym, maybe every day, twice a day, you're eating boiled chicken and lettuce and rice and fish and this kind of stuff. What would you say to those guys that think that is what it takes to look like this?
It's definitely not needed. As I was saying earlier, went through a bout of sickness through it. As long as you maintain that meal plan as well, you're still going to be in a deficit, losing weight. So it's achievable.
Agree. So for the viewers that want a bit of specificity, what does your meal plan consist of? Like start of the day to finish?
So start of the day, had a shot of secret sauce. So some lemon juice, salt, water.
Salt and lemon juice to hydrate,
Yep. So I had cranberry juice in the morning. My sups.
A couple of sups,
Go on to a smoothie. I had a bowl of yogurt mixed with some protein. That's good to go. Lunch was a chicken wrap.
Mayo.
With mayo. Can't forget the mayo.
Don't leave out the mayo.
And then I'd have about, I think it was about an apple and a nut bar. Carmen's nut bar. And then on to steak for dinner and finish off with a protein shake.
And we had a few little sneaky chips and other things throughout, you know, what'd you have last night?
Last night I had 200 grams of ice cream.
200 grams of ice cream, some granola as well.
Yeah.
So I guess the point I'm trying to get across to you guys at home and through your example is that it's probably not as rigid and as difficult as what you think.
Yeah.
Like to get down to 9.4, you were telling me earlier, you've never been this lean.
No.
You know, not even when you were back playing footy in your early 20s.
Yeah, it was a big surprise getting down to this. But yeah, put in the hard work. It's definitely achievable to get to.
Well said. Okay, so just got done with 2 working sets on tricep push down. We're going to move over here now to a preacher curl, pin loaded, just for the sake of ease. But before we do, mate, I want to ask you a question. What were some of the things that you had tried before us to get the body fat off?
I tried a couple of PTs. One was strictly weight-based, the other was a hybrid mix with cardio and weight-based. I tried all sorts of diets trying to get there. None of them could stick.
Name some.
Yeah, name some.
Keto?
Yeah, tried keto. Yeah. Others was very low calories and it just wasn't maintainable at all.
How low are we talking?
Probably about 1,600 for a sustained period.
Yep, but much lower in protein than what we are guessing.
Yep.
Yep, and a few online guys, I think you said you tried as well?
Yes, yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And your results with them, you would get some results, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
6, 8 kilos maybe?
The last one that I did get down to 88 kilos. That was probably about 4 months it took me to get there.
Yep.
And then I went on holiday and lost it all. So,
Yeah. So what would you say is the difference between what we did with you versus some of the approaches you tried previously?
Just being held accountable, having to send in reviews all the time as well. It wasn't set and forget. Always in touch with someone on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
Just to help motivate you, get you through. Having the meal plan that was flexible, training hours flexible, all of that was great.
Yeah.
Maintaining it.
Interesting. So there's a big thing that we talk about a lot on our podcast about people comparing apples with apples and not apples with oranges. So a lot of times people online experiences are like you, it's set and forget, it's template based, it's not flexible. It's very much, here's your plan that I gave to 300 other blokes that are the same age, height and weight as you.
Yeah.
Good luck. And there wasn't that accountability, there wasn't the communication, there wasn't the relationship building, etc.
Yeah.
Whereas the way we do it, as you know, it's very much built to the individual and it's also adapted. So the plan that I gave you initially, your co-coach changed probably 10, 15 times?
Probably about 10 times.
10 times,
Yep.
yeah. So we're constantly adapting the client's meal plan to how their body responds and also to their temperament as well. You know, so for example, we started you off with the yogurt in the smoothie.
Yeah.
You decided you didn't want to do that. You wanted to break that away and have that as a snack because you were getting peckish at 9 o'clock, which typically leads to snacking, which is what will sabotage people.
Yeah.
Awesome. So what you're saying is the customization of it,
Yep.
the accountability and having the weekly reviews
Yep.
and also joining a community of other blokes that have already done what you're doing to help inspire you and motivate you.
Yeah, that communication and definitely having the community there. Everyone's egging each other on, trying to do better. So it's definitely good motivation.
Awesome. Fantastic.
Many reps later.
One more. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then give me a 3-second negative. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Awesome. So just got done with working set 1 to failure, which was amazing. Great job. In between sets, mate, while we catch our breath, I want to ask you if you're skeptical coming in. And there's always 2 layers of skepticism, in my opinion. There's skeptical that you can do it. A lot of guys think that they can't do it. They're too busy. They're father, business owner, going to be husband, etc. And then there's the skepticalness towards me as an online coach, somebody, you know, with a following and a decent physique and whatever.
Yeah.
Were you skeptical in either column? And if so, how did you overcome that to join?
Yep, so I definitely was skeptical. I think I seen your Instagram post about 2 months before I actually joined up.
About average.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I hung on it for a bit. Probably the main concern in my head was, am I going to fail again? Like get to a certain point and then just drop off again. I overcame that. Like, I was waking up in the morning looking in the mirror and I didn't like who I was becoming. So I had to make a change and that's what pushed me over the edge to actually commit.
Awesome. And what about with yourself? You were not skeptical that you could do it? No, you were just concerned that you were
just concerned that I was going to relapse.
Yeah. And what were some of the things that you heard potentially on your application call or through my social media, podcast, YouTube, etc.? What were some of the things that you heard to make the decision that we were different to the set and forget template automation?
It was definitely the communication factor.
Okay.
Seeing all the clients, how they had their big turnarounds with it. The flexibility was a huge one as well.
Okay.
Obviously being a dad needed that flexibility.
Awesome. So when you rocked up to your application call with, I think it was Harrison that did yours, was he what you expected, or what happened there?
Yeah, I wasn't too sure what I was going to expect with the first call. And it did get pretty deep on the first call before I'd even joined up. Talking about the reasons why I wanted to lose weight, how did I get to where I was in the first place, what have I tried? Got pretty deep before I'd even signed the dotted line. So
Look, it has to. I mean, without the why, the how doesn't matter, or the what. If you don't have a solid reason for doing it, then it just becomes too difficult.
Yeah, that's
especially,
it.
Again, as a dad and someone that's working full-time, provider, man of the house, etc. Awesome. Okay, cool.
Many reps later.
Where's your bicep? And again. Come on. Good, man. Up here. Okay, so we're just done with the preacher curl. 2 sets to failure. We're moving on to reverse preacher curl here for triceps. But before we do, mate, I want to ask you, so obviously you've had a great result aesthetically. You look fantastic. You lost 24 kilos, you're 9.6% body fat. As a father of 2 that works a full-time job, congrats. Any other areas of your life that you would say have improved alongside just how you look? Definitely
having the energy and time to play with the kids more after work now, instead of coming home and laying on the couch, eating food, whatever, being a slob. Actually having that time, energy, motivation now, especially throughout the day as well, just having more energy at work. Reduce brain fog, everything. Just feel great.
And I suppose now you're kind of leading the household, right?
Yeah.
I think before you were saying that your 7-year-old, is that right?
Yes.
Bought his own little weight set and he's doing dumbbells and stuff.
Yeah, he's doing curls in the bedroom.
Yeah, trying to be like dad.
Not a lot looking, he's trying to catch up and get ahead of me. So,
which is awesome, man. I mean, the exact opposite to that is most dads are sitting at home with a beer on freaking Xbox. And their sons aspire to be that. Not only are you looking great, you're feeling good, but you're also providing like a good example through your own leadership.
Being a role model for the little ones is great.
Fantastic. People around you noticed? People at work, family?
Yes. Yep, definitely. Was at the gym and I bumped into someone who I hadn't seen in quite a few years, and his words were, "Holy fuck, you're looking lean."
Wow.
So,
there you go. Yeah. It's a good feeling, isn't it, when people notice your hard work?
Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing. All right, so we actually have a unique situation here where we're actually training in one of our coaches at MPT, Coach E-Man's gym down in Melbourne. And Coach E-Man was actually Matty Boy's co-coach. I wanted to put the co-coach under the pump. So E-Man, you've probably worked with, would you say 200 clients this year?
Yeah, if not more.
If not more, right. So let's call it 250. Now, Matty Boy's one of probably 20, maybe 30 that have got down to 10%.
Yeah.
What would you say is the difference between someone like Matty and a large majority of people that either self-sabotage, decide that I'm lean enough and it's just loose skin, and the ones that actually get down to that 10% and actually finish the job, as we call it?
On the spot, without calling out anyone and everyone, honestly, Matty's just submitted to the process, right? Like you've come in and you've gone, you know what, I don't know how to do this. Let's just, take the reins, tell me what to do. And sure enough, you're asking the right questions week by week, taking an interest in the process. And I think you kind of got the concept that as we worked together and you were compliant, you saw the results coming and how easy the process was, right? That you weren't really hungry. There wasn't really any roadblocks, right? Like anytime we went out together, we'd adjust for it. Like there's really no excuses. And that was the biggest thing that I saw with you versus most of the other guys is you don't make excuses. And any time that there's a slip up, you don't up to it and be like, cool. And you saw it, right? Week to week.
Yeah.
We saw when we'd halt, when we'd stop, and then you'd recommit and you'd be back in and boom, we're off to running again. It's just that commitment to the process and consistency.
Coachability as well, I would say.
Yeah, most definitely, 100%. Like just knowing, again, you're here for a reason, right? Obviously what you were doing didn't get you to where you wanted to be. And I'd argue as well, there was a period there right in the middle where you're kind of content with where you were at. We kind of framed it, right? Like the job wasn't done. We hadn't finished building your metabolism. We hadn't finished getting you the best possible physique we could. Would you agree that because it was so easy to get that, to get to where we got to, that was kind of the trigger for you as well, or the instigator to pull the trigger to go, you know what, I'll keep going. Why not? Like there's so much more we can do and such little effort. Would you agree?
I agree, 100%.
He mentioned that there was a little bit of gang up on him to get him there.
Oh yeah, look, absolutely. It's easy to fall in line with the majority, right? When you're not surrounded by it, it's easy to go, well, I'm kind of the best in shape in my friendship group. I'm doing all the right things.
Near enough's good enough.
Exactly. Yeah. One more time for the camera.
Near enough's good enough.
Exactly. It's one of those things where sometimes, depending on who you're surrounded with, you just need that little bit of push to recognize, in the scheme of things, it's only a little bit longer to get what most people will never achieve in their lifetime. And then maintenance for that is so simple.
Awesome. So that's the first time I've done that. That's pretty cool. First time I've had the scan man out the front. First time I've had the co-coach in the gym. I guess for me to conclude that, I would say coachability, interested in it, coachable, accountable, and ganged up on when he thought he was good enough. And we told you, hey, that's good, but you're so close to great. Why not there? We're almost there. Be one and done rebuild. You said you were pleased with that bull. We stand here next to him.
Yeah, two big burly men holding me ransom right now.
Yeah. And as E-Man said too, which is the best point, it's easy to fall in line with the majority. And we were talking about this just a minute ago. It's the standards of blokes that have kids or work full time or, I'm 35 now. It's all downhill from here. It doesn't have to be like that, which you're the oldest you've been and you're in the best shape you've been.
Yep.
As am I, as are you. We're all the oldest we've ever been right now, all in the best shape, right? So they're not necessarily linked. Getting old and going down that slippery slope of mediocrity, that's a mindset thing. It's a standards thing and it's being surrounded by the wrong people thing.
So I'd say that you fit in with us right now, standing here. You don't feel out of place or anything, but you certainly don't have that background in bodybuilding or powerlifting or certainly that kind of long-term goal or drive. So do you feel that as well? Do you kind of feel that to get to this place where you kind of fit in with us or fit in with that majority of that bodybuilding look, it was fairly attainable as someone with, let's say, a standard lifestyle?
Yeah, that's it. Like it only took me 6 months to get to where I am now. And I go to the gym and I feel completely comfortable around the bigger blokes that are in there.
Definitely, man. I'd say it's visually as well comparable to anyone who actually does this really hard and trains for a bodybuilding contest. Like if you wanted to, it's actually within your reach.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
It's great, man. Kudos to you as well.
Thank you.
All right, so let's get done with 21s, 2 working sets to failure. We're going to move into the last exercise of the day, which is the overhead. It's a French press overhead extension with a dumbbell. What would you say to anybody skeptical about the rebuild, or somebody that's, I think most people aren't skeptical these days because there's enough social proof. You're the 14th video case study, success story, who's gotten to 10% that we've done this year, 2024. We were counting before, we've done 14 of them. So I don't think anyone's really skeptical anymore. I think they're more on the fence, wondering when's the right time to join. Can I do it? I've got a family, whatever. What would be the last piece of advice you would give somebody who's on the fence?
If you don't do it, you won't forgive yourself for doing it. You'll feel much better about yourself. Motivation, energy levels, just your self-confidence skyrockets. Just do it.
Amazing. And this is not coming from someone who stumbled upon us for the first time. You had many other online coaches, in-person PTs, tried other things. This is the one that stuck, right? This is the one that got you there. And it got you there in a sustainable manner as well. You know, like, would you say moving forward, you're confident sustaining close to this level of body fat moving forward?
I definitely could sustain it, I reckon.
So you made the lifestyle habits, you've upgraded the lifestyle, you understand nutrition now, you know how to train, you enjoy training. So therefore, you know, this is a sustainable
it's definitely become a lifestyle now rather than just a one-off gimmick. So
maybe give us a look down the barrel and say, just do it.
Just do it. Nike.
Cool, love it. I think for you viewers at home, have a look at the full flexion. Full flexion means he cannot get his knuckles any closer to his shoulders. He's fully maxed out. This stretches and recruits the most amount of muscle fibers through the tricep. Your way.
Many reps later.